Neither man was in fact there. They were not talking to Vorbis. It was one of those kinds of meetings. Lots of people didn't talk to Vorbis and went out of their way not to have any meetings with him at all. Some of the abbots from the distant monasteries had recently been summoned to the citadel, travelling secretly for up to a week across tortuous terrain, just so they definitely didn't join the shadowy figures visiting Vorbis's room. In the last few months, Vorbis had apparently had as many visitors as the man in the iron mask. Nor were they talking, but if they had been there, and if they had been having a conversation, it would have gone like this. And now, said Vorbis, the matter of Ethibe. Bishop Drunner shrugged. Was no consequence, they say, no threat? The two men looked at Vorbis, a man who'd never raised his voice. It was very hard to tell what Vorbis was thinking, often even after he had told you. Of no consequence, they say. Oh. So even after he had told you. Really, is this what we've come to? He said. No threat. After what they did to poor brother Murdoch, the insults to this must not pass. What is proposed to be done? No more fighting, said Frit. They fight like madmen. No, we've lost too many already. They have strong gods, said Drunner. They are better bows, said Frit. There is no god but said Vorbis. What the Ephebians believe they worship are nothing but jinns and demons, if it can be called worship. Have you seen this? He pushed forward a scroll of paper. What is it? Said Frit cautiously. A lie. A history that does not exist and never existed. The things. Vorbis hesitated, trying to remember a word that had long since fallen into disuse, like the tales told to children who are too young, words for people to say. A play, said Frit. Vorbis's gaze nailed him to the wall. You know of such things? When I travelled in Klatch once, Frit stuttered. He visibly pulled himself together. He had commanded 100,000 men in battle. He didn't deserve this. He found he didn't dare look at Vorbis's expression. They dances, he said limply. On their holy days, the women have bells on there and sing songs all about the early days of the worlds when the gods. He faded. It was disgusting. He said. He clicked his knuckles. A habit of his whenever he was worried. This one has their gods in it, said Vorbis. Men in masks, Can you believe that? They have a god of wine, a drunken old man, and people say Thebe is no threat. And this, he tossed another thicker scroll onto the table. This is far worse. For while they worship false gods in error, their error is their choice of gods, not in their worship. But this. Drunna gave it a cautious examination. I believe there are other copies, even in the citadel, said Vorbis. This one belonged to Sasho. I believe you recommended him to my service for it. He always struck me as an intelligent and keen young man, said the general. But disloyal, said Vorbis, and now receiving his just reward. It is only to be regretted that he had not been induced to give us the names of his fellow heretics. Frit fought against the sudden rush of relief. His eyes met those of Vorbis. Drunna broke the silence. The Shalodian mobile, he said aloud. The turtle moves. What does that mean? Even telling you would put your soul at risk of 1,000 years in hell, said Vorbis. His eyes had not left Frit, who now was staring fixedly at the wall. I think it is a risk we might carefully take, said Drunna. Vorbis shrugged. The writer claims that the world travels through the void on the back of 4 huge elephants, he said. It is... Drunna's mouth dropped open. On the back, he said. It is claimed, said Vorbis, still watching for it. What do they stand on? The writer says they stand on the shell of an enormous turtle, said Vorbis. Drunna grinned nervously. Then what does that stand on? He said. I see no point as to speculating as to what it stands on, snapped Vorbis, since it does not exist. Of course, said Drunna quickly. It was only idle curiosity. Most curiosity is, said Vorbis. It leads the mind into speculative ways. Yet the man who wrote this walks around free in Thebe now. Drunna glanced at the scroll.